Hi Taylor, this looks so great. Thanks for turning it in. I already went through your portfolio really quickly and it's a wonderful first impression. What I'm going to do now is to kind of go through and give you a couple other suggestions, and you will also realize the extent of my OCD. So to start off, I love the way that you have your cover laid out, but I think that this font is a little too small. So I would actually use the size of your index font for the cover. And then what I'd also do is, you see how you have a smaller space here and then a larger space there? I would either make it equal, but I actually think that it would look better if you pulled this in closer to maybe like around right here, so it gets closer to your frame, so it really looks like, so it gets closer to your image, so it really looks like it's framing it. But I love this overlay that you've got going on with the foliage, I can't talk today, that you see throughout your portfolio. I really like that. Now in here, I think that the two texts that you use work really well. My first opinion is that this might be too big. On a screen it actually reads well, but I think if you ever print it out it would be quite big. So maybe consider shrinking it down just a little bit. The other thing that would kind of go across all of your pages is that, as you know, English readers, I think that we all look for our page numbers on the bottom right. I think design-wise it looks, good up here, but I actually think it would still be okay to put it in the bottom right hand. I don't think many people would leaf through your portfolio and look for a page number here. The other thing that you could do is kind of put it in the middle of the page, right here, kind of in the margin area, but I don't think it necessarily fits up here, especially since it's like a different size too. So please consider that. Again, going along with the extent of my OCD, I can see that on all of your pages you've got these margins set up, but on this one you cheat just a tiny bit. So do me a favor and just scooch this one in, even if it means cropping some of your work. I still think it works well. Really cool stuff too, by the way. I really like the way that that turned out. Virtual client design, again, I think this is a really good layout. One thing I would like to see though, bathroom and family room look like they're kind of just floating out there. I think it might be better if you took family room and put it in the bottom right underneath, and then on bathroom maybe bottom left. But there's just something about these titles that don't feel like they're quite attached to the actual images yet. So I would go ahead and do that throughout. But overall, it reads really well. I think the size of your drawings people will be able to read and understand. This before and after does get a little bit small, but I think it'll be okay. If you can, make that just a tiny bit bigger. So maybe put the before and after up here, and then this little corner match up with that corner, just so those plans can get a little bit bigger, so you can truly see the before and after. But everything else looks good. So just if you have time, I'd love to see those few changes. If you have time, it would be great to see that there's a couple things in here. If you could just straighten them up. So for instance, if this is a straight line, this should be straight. If you can change the levels in Photoshop as well, so that we can remove some of these shadows, I think that would be nice. And there's one more like that. Let me try to find which one it was. Sorry, Taylor. I just remember thinking, oh, it was this one right here. If you could just see if you could reframe that slightly. I actually wouldn't even mind if you put like a border around it, like if you have a nice floor, just put it on the floor to let people know, like, okay, this is like a physical board that I took a picture of. Oh, and then straightening up this one too. This is the one that I was looking for. All right, thanks, Taylor. Hang in there, almost done.